AB was talking to Ray Mancini in the ring at the end of the fight. If you haven't heard this yet, for the Bellew of the week, it is quite the listen.
Was it everything you wanted and needed?
It wasn't everything well, it was everything I wanted, but it wasn't everything I needed. Right now, I need some pussy.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Okay. All right, before we get to that, who do you want next in the ring?
TMI.
Hey, man, listen, man. This is my first time on Don King pay-per-view, so I gotta give it to y'all. Anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans. No disrespect to no law firm out there, but attorney just got it. Anybody can get it.
Is there nobody special that you like that you're asking for or looking for? Anyone with the title?
Anybody with the title. I see what's his name? Romello? Retardo? What's his name? Roly. Oh, Roly. Shit. I like the winner of Tiafimo and Josh Taylor and whoever else got the belt. I want all the belts. I don't just want a Louis belt or Gucci belt. I want the WBA belt and WBO belt, WBC belt and IBF belt too.
Don, what do you have in mind for our young man, Adrian Broner? What do you have in mind? What's next for him?
Well, right now, there's this guy named Oscar De La Hoya. He sent out a waiver, and he wants to meet with us. We're going to talk about it.
Nah, let him know. If he want to come over here, we got a fish net for him.
Okay, we got whatever he say. That's whatever he say, because we're the problem here, man. Hey, Oscar, you heard what he said. You know what I mean?
Come over here, get that fish net, and I'm going to kick whoever ass you put in the ring with me.
All righty.
Whenever King brought up Oscar at first, I thought he's probably too far gone, King, that he's probably talking about Oscar fighting Broner rather than one of his fights.
Oh, man, AB. I tell you, how bad's Ray Mancini getting over the top?
Oh, yeah, he hasn't sounded great for a while.
Christ, man. That's what Mungie is going to sound like in 10 years. Fucking AB, man. What a man. Hopefully he got what he wanted there last night. But it's not going to be the high class that he was dealing with. But dealing with that gargoyle that he got caught with coming out of the Boston Garden that time, ended up in the hospital. Oh, yeah. Fucking AB, man.
Fuck's sake. He's enjoying life. He's getting a new lease of life. This young man, as Don King called him. You might as well have gone back 10 years there for that, AB. It could have been any interview. Just imagine Jim Gray on the other end of the mic. We're not talking like that tonight, Adrian. Show a bit of class.
He's calling out all the different acronyms as well, man. The one thing he never shouted out was IRS. Fucking, they'll be after him shortly as well. Sold alimony ponies there after the fucking money for that tribe of Wednesday he's got.
Up the IRS. Johnny throwing in 79p there. Shout out to Johnny Horsecock Nelson. See if you can beat that, everybody. Come on, if you can beat that 79p that Johnny Horsecock Nelson's throwing in. Des said, I said it last week, anyone that can completely take apart Gavin Rees so quickly, like AB did, can really fight. That is the thing. For all of his faults, Andy, we know he's a hood rat. He's a terrible specimen human being. If he'd have kept his weight down, kept disciplined, I know it's ifs and buts and that, but he could fight. He could punch. Sean Porter said that at the end when he knocked him down. He just was never active enough, but he could put his shots together at his prime. And he was a decent fighter. I suppose that's the shame. Another bit of a lost talent, old Abe.
It's the same old case, mate. It's the classic case of talent not working hard enough. When you look at guys like Ricky Burns, who didn't even have fifth of talent that Broner should have had or showed Broner it was shown, but he had the ethic and he made so much more out of it than that as well. Broner at 130 was a beast. He really was. Des was saying about Gavin Rees, for example. Gavin Rees was a top solid fighter who'd come back after being world champ. I think he was no European champ at that time, possibly.
He won the WBA against Sullivan and Boy, didn't he? Then
but he was away for a while.
By Kotelnik. Yeah, he come back and won the European. I'm pretty sure.
He was up at 140 for that WBA title win, I think it was, and he'd retired for a wee bit, and he come back and won the prize fighter, I think, and then I think he might have won the European title. Maybe be wrong, but he come back with a couple of decent wins anyway. Got the Broner fight, and he just got bounced about the place. That was probably peak Broner at that point in terms of skills and his killer instinct. And
look at the DeMarco fight, Andy. Antonio DeMarco was no mug, and he had some good wins afterwards. And Broner absolutely beat the shit out of him.
Just pinged them all about the place, mate. That when Broner could pull that right punch counter on that man, it was rapid. He could get some pace on it, but again, it was just like everything else. He was living the lifestyle like Floyd was living, but he wasn't doing the work that Floyd was doing. He was eating the Mars bars,
Yes.
Kentucky Fried Chickens.
Yeah.
That just wasn't putting the same effort in to try and
That's
take
right. Doing
it
the
off.
superficial work, but not the work that Floyd was doing behind the scenes.
Exactly. Floyd was a gym rat. When if Floyd was in the club, Floyd ran home from the club. Whereas Broner was in the club and Broner was in the club getting pissed.
Yeah.
Whereas Floyd was in there having a good time, no drinking, no drugs that we know of, and then he's away jogging home with his team and that type of thing. That is the lifestyle. Broner just loved the lifestyle in terms of like what it brought. He mentioned it, pussy and alcohol and everything else. It was his downfall, wasn't it?
Yep.
Fucking fantastic.
Downed many a great man, and me and Andy did a punches from the past with. Tell you what, there's one for you, Andy. I bet we put up the punches from the past AB against Maidana next Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, just to celebrate.
As I say, see, last December when I was away sick, he's missed the anniversary. It was always my job to mention the anniversary of that fight every December on the podcast, and he's forgot all about it. So this year we should actually make it a theme for this podcast going forward. But I agree with you. Should we put that out there?
Yes,
mate, that needs to be pay-per-view, surely.
We need to give it a back.
Some of our best work.
In return for David Palmer, there was thrown in a 10. He says, anybody can get it. Shout out to David Palmer has thrown in a 10 super chat. That swayed me, that tenner from David Palmer. We'll put up AB against Maidana. As Andy said, it should be pay-per-view. But we're a generous, altruistic bunch here over at the Asylum, so we'll throw it out for you as best as we can. Right, let's get on to the bits and pieces that people have thrown in. Yep, absolutely, Johnny. 79p super chat. A lost leader.
This year. Wow, 10 years this year for that fight, mate.
Yep, I know, it's crazy. The time flies by. 10 years this year, says Josh Ford. Sandy Ryan, Saturday the 24th of June in the Incora County Ground in Nottingham. Tickets go on sale. I don't know if she's singing or fighting an Argentinian or what she's doing.
What's Skittle?
Well, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm past that era. Maybe someone in chat can let us know.
It looks like you remember the teenage girls magazines. What they call like
no, just chat.
That's what it looks like, eh? Fucking Peppa Pig
free
magazine.
cassette tape and a poster of I don't know, someone from the Backstreet Boys.
Or you get that plastic wrap on the front. You get like a pencil case and a fucking fake watch and shit like that. That's what you're missing there, isn't it?
Oh, for goodness
costs you about £8. You're like, fucking £8.
Just 17.
Fucking hell.
Skiddle. Shout out to Skiddle indeed. Blimey, cocaine only prohibited in competition per the WADA code. And if you saw this one, Andy, the Gypsy King over in Thailand, fit me, he was gurning like a bad result. Tyson Fury. Mental health crisis. Fit me, there's a crisis going on in the stands that night anyway.
Well, I know Chris W is saying there that blimey, cocaine only prohibited in competition per the WADA code. I wouldn't want to be getting caught in Thailand with a bag of fucking bag of powder, mate. I'll tell you that. Fucking Jesus, it's 30 years in the jail and they don't fuck about over there. Like Tyson would be fucking forced to fight for his freedom, possibly, you know. Like poor, what do you call him? Oh, who's that? I'm that wrong. Remember him?
Oh yes, absolutely.
He had to fight for his freedom.
Yes, he would. Yeah, the old prison canteen days. Shout out to the Nutters meetup last week. Someone was asking for some photos of real women with the boys, and indeed I have come across some. There we are. There's the lads. There's Danny Young, Richard Graville, MTK Enforcer, Hattam as well, loving life at the front there. Joe Burns.
Who's the guy with the back left behind the baldy-headed guy?
The baldy-headed guy is Mike Thompson, and next to him I think is Matt Butters.
So Matt Butters looks like he's ready to risk it all there by look at that. So Matt Butters, tell me, mate, what are you thinking there? I want to know. I'm a swatch at the Hooters.
Fighting your way out to Hooters like Thailand, I think, at the end of the night.
Look at Danny in the back there, by the way. Hey! you talk about Fury fucking gunning. Look at Ricky, man. He's gunning like a
Ricky's off water for a week. He's off the cycle. Shout out to the boys, having a great time there. Talking of having a great time, anything goes with James Inglis, Peter Fury, and his little caption there, Andy, boxing trainer and former drug lord. Get that on the LinkedIn.
Oh man, I didn't listen to James English actually, to be fair, but I've seen a couple. I might actually watch it because I like Peter, but I can only imagine what's going to be. So Peter, how did it all begin? Well, fuck, that's how he starts it with, eh? How did it all begin? Fuck me.
There's Rapping Rob Kelly sliding in there. Oh, Rob, get this on your LinkedIn. Peter Fury, boxing trainer and former drug lord. PhD.
I've got my own title going on there instead of the growth, the latest of all time. I've finally fucking beat my own record, I think. Sorry about that, guys.
You're that late, Rob. You're on for the start of next week's show.
But listen, the only thing I say is that I am late for everything. So it's not your work, fucking engagements, fucking people's fucking, appointments, shit like that. I'm always late.
Shout out to Rapping Rob Kelly. It's always great to have him along with us.
Steve, we'll hope we get out of there in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll get his views on the fight shortly.
Kick back.
Rewind.
We'll get his thoughts on the fight soon. Joe Burns on Twitter tweeted Rick Glazer. He said, "Have you worked with the Kinahan cartel, the US Sam Jones?" And Rick Glazer says, "Relax, you mental midget." Fucking mental midget. Oh, he's bonkers, isn't he, Glazer? I still don't know what he does to this day. What fights he's ever made, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, mate, that's a grifter. That is your world-class grifter, that one, mate.
Oh, he is.
He's fucking begging for the scraps for Uncle Dan's table. That's what he's doing.
Begging for the scraps. Didn't see this last night. I don't know if you saw the ring walks or not. A very special ring walk for Josh Taylor. The Red Hot Chili Pipers were seeing him into the ring.
No, I didn't see it. But Josh has said before when he hears the bagpipes, it generally gets him fired up. Well, it never fucking fired him up last night anyway. So maybe he needs to rethink these entrances as well compared to how he's weight and that. So
certainly the joke might be on us now. Teofimo Senior beforehand said the face of boxing right now is Canelo. After June the 10th, it will be Teofimo Lopez. Not sure if this is a Bellew of the week now or not, Rob.
You almost have forgot.
Aye.
I must have forgot about T.O. I certainly did anyway. Fucking hell. Stinking pick last week. That was fuck's sake.
Yeah, you weren't the only one. I think fucking the vast majority of boxing fans who are invested in the sport would probably all say the same thing, to be fair.
Imagine he's like some kind of fucking performance artist, T.O., and he's just luring everybody in with this fucking fragile mental act, and he's really like fucking Kaiser Soze at the end. He's going to walk off with all the fucking unified titles up to fucking 47. Joke be on me.
He is, man. He's like Cambosos, isn't he? Doing his business before the art of war and all that. All right. A shout out to friend of the pod, Declan Graffin, aka Declan Graffine. Not that I want to dip into WhatsApp messages, but it was funny. He messaged me beforehand and he said, everybody said points on the pod. Can't believe none of you picked Taylor stoppage. Tio is going to quit. A state of him today. I know he's always been mad, but he's all over the place. Way worse. And then afterwards, he messaged me and says, I'm retiring from predictions. That's all I heard from him today.
Oh, there's nothing worse, mate, when you get it spectacular.
He's not the only one, Andy. He's not the only one.
I remember I went in that big spiel about the Lomachenko fight before Lopez, convinced that Loma was going to fucking IQ him like up the wazoo, take him to school, primary school, high school, university, college, all within 36 minutes. And fuck me, did they turn the fucking tables on me that night.
I know, he's a bastard. I thought he was going to fucking decapitate Cambosos as well, and he fucked me on that one as well. Like,
exactly.
I'm not calling any more Lopez fights, no more.
He's getting a bit like Hopkins for me. I always backed against Hopkins up until we fucking fought Kovalev. I said he's going to beat Kovalev, and he was fucking beat off him. I was like, fuck.
Yes.
How he fucking survived that night, I don't know. How the fuck he got through those
Talking about Hopkins, though, man. How much is he morphing into Howard Eastman these days? You see him? Did you see him sitting ringside there last night?
Well, here's a question for you, Andy. Would he now, the way he is, give a better performance against his former self than Howard Eastman did on that night? Because Howard was pretty terrible, man.
Fucking awful fight, mate. There was some shite and fucking
That was a bad one, wasn't it?
Like, they fought, how many times did they fight to? Well, the one say.
Yeah, that was enough, yeah.
Oh, it's Mercado I'm thinking about.
Segundo Mercado. Yeah, well, that was the exciting Hopkins era against Mercado.
That's right.
Eastman was Hopkins was good, but he absolutely neutralised Howard Eastman that night. That was painful to watch. And Howard had gone 5-6 years waiting for that shot.
I know. The thing is with Hopkins that if you couldn't force him into a fight, he was happy just to sit off and pick you as soon as you came in. That's what he did.
Hold and hug and grab and jab, yeah.
Just enough to pick up the points, and that was enough.
Yeah. Talking of holding and hugging, grabbing and jabbing, Sonny Edwards is our next nomination. He says, I want to be on Netflix. Eddie can help me. I'm not... What?
Hey. What, like have his own Netflix special, or what's Eddie got to do with Netflix? I tell you what, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm not saying anything about Sonny Edwards. Fuck that, man. Too much time on his hands. Good for him, man. I hope he gets there. Fuck that.
Well, more entertaining. Shanika Johnson
This is the content we need, mate.
There we are. Got stuck in with a painted-on bra.
All for us.
Yeah, very nice.
There's Diamante.
I'm not complaining. I don't think you would get many. I don't think you got the tea towel in his head, but he's fucking. No many complaints would be getting made there. I don't think.
He's telling her that that's painted onto his head as well, just lying all over the place. He's just fucking blatant lies.
No, it's no, mate. He's went in and says, excuse me, are those real breasts? Real breasts?
Powerful legs, anyway.
Someone said the other day, I can't remember who it was, Rob, but they said that Diamante's motorcycle accident came from his hair getting caught in the wheels.
And the spike.
Fucking brilliant.
Some bad.
Very powerful legs there.
Was she some sort of pally? Who was it? Was it Ebony Bridges or something like that, or was it Ellie Scotney? She was a friend of.
This
one? She was fighting Scotney, wasn't she? So she probably
was she? Right, sorry.
She's from down under.
I never seen it, so I remember seeing the picture, so.
She's big down under, apparently. Well, according to that photo, anyway.
Well, she seems to have shaved plenty anyway, so. There's no spider's legs thing at the side of it.
Jesus. She's promoting her OnlyFans this week. She's taking a cue from FJ. Come and talk to me on my OnlyFans if you want to talk to me directly.
The Shanika Johnson Appreciation Society on Facebook, Rob.
That's fucking thriving. That is hopping at the moment.
Oh dear. What else have we got here? Matthew Kemp. Bellew just described Sonny Edwards as the modern day Nassim Hamed. And Dave says lads in the crowd with matching boxing t-shirts on. Well, there wasn't too many, Andy, from what I saw.
I didn't even watch that because it's Death Taxes and Sonny Edwards by YGD, isn't it? Like, there's no point watching it. Like, fuck.
That's what I'm saying. I checked and watched the Champions League final through, and when it finished, it was into round 7. I said, right, okay, I'll watch it for here. I didn't even bother attempting to watch back any of the final. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, shout out to Des. He says Eastman was awesome. Shows you how good Hopkins was. Absolutely, for all the joking. For him to neutralise a fighter of Howard Eastman's ability and capability. Although Eastman was a bit lazy, wasn't he? Especially in the likes of the Joppy fight. But yeah, Hopkins just completely shut him the hell down. Another nomination for the Westlife being on comms for DAZN. I'm sorry, DAZN is just a mute central for me these days. I can't listen to them boys. Barker and that other fellow. Is it Chris Lloyd or something? Or is it Chris something?
Oh, the fucking the DAZN USA card was the commentary was absolutely stinking. Sergio Mora was doing his best Manny Stewart impression. The whole fucking fight, he was telling both of them to go to the body. This guy needs to go to the body. What you do if you can't hit the chin is you punch the chest. He needs to get back down to the body. Like, will you shut up, man? We know. Like, fucking relax with the fucking body. Jesus Christ, like making a stallion. Body, yaddy. Fuck me.
Steve, I've got a late entry for you here, mate, if you can get it. I maybe sent it to you, actually, but this is classic. Tyrone Booth.
Oh,
there you go.
Aye.
So you can stick that one up.
I'll try and cut that one as we go through.
Be safe.
Be safe. Yeah.
Absolutely being safe.
Be safe with Carson Jones's head. Bellew of the week for his latest loss. Not for his latest loss, sorry, for his head. He lost to Callum Walsh there over in California at the weekend, Rob. He's doing bits with the old head there.
Carson didn't always look. His head, is that a recent Lebedev job kind of? Yeah, it's good for him.
Maybe,
still
it's a good one. Yeah.
Looks like you got a cock growing out there, man. all you need really, see, all you
looks
really
like you'd have good crack, like if you fell asleep at a party and you had a magic
draw a line down it. Yeah. Aye, draw a line right down that, man. That's what that is. That's a German helmet right there.
Oh, fuck's sake, Andy, man. I just brought up that one that you sent.
Gave Kell Brook a tough time, didn't he?
Oh, he did, absolutely.
In the first fight, he did Carson, yeah.
GP plus. Oh, Andy. For
fuck's sake. Throw him, like, Jesus. Who would fucking do that, man?
Needs put down, man. Needs put down, doesn't he, Toya?
I think she's got teeth missing and everything.
Oh, I feel bad putting that one up.
That fucking that slaty grey bogging skin that I've got.
She makes him look positively healthy. Anyway. The quote was kicking off. She said, I was looking forward to going to the Taylor Lopez fight, but I guess a world champion of my caliber is not good enough to get comp tickets like the other world champions in my sport, Top Rank Boxing. I'm just going to book my flight to Florida and watch the fight on TV. Ridiculous. And Top Rank says, hey, champ, we always love to have you at Top Rank events. When your team called 2 days ago, we were sold out on the first few floor rows. We offered your representatives other seats, which were declined. And then the quote gave a very good reason. Respectfully, I can't not sit on the floor. I'll be taking pics with fans all night and not be able to enjoy the fight. So humble brag there for the quote. Thanks for the response. I'm on board my flight now. Bye.
I love how she calls herself the goalie. Fucking guy and take a once she cries that women's boxing doesn't get enough coverage, right? She wants them to spend the hard-earned cash and then doesn't want to take a fucking picture with said fans who pay the hard-earned cash.
No, I was being a bit harsh on the quote. After Katie Taylor, she said, are you ready to admit that I'm the quote now? And I felt like saying, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's talking about that. Only you. It's just fucking your conversation. Nobody gives a shit about the quote. There's not.
She's
it's not
begging,
even a discussion.
man. She is begging. I actually feel a bit
I like the quote though. The quote's a good fighter. If she could knock people out, she might actually draw some fans in because she is very good. But she was breaking it down anyway. After that she always has time for the fans. But a bit like that myself, you don't want to be mobbed for photos when you're out. You know, I get what the quote is on about there. Like
sympathy with the quote from Rob there. IFL TV getting nomination. Hashtag Edwards Campos. Round one. Yes. Campos starts fast as expected. And Edwards gives him space to get his shots away. Edwards starts to let his hands go, though, once he's downloaded the Campos data.
Oh, it's been all IFL went all Mike Kriegel here.
I fucking hate that phrase, download the data. Oh my god, it's so fucking, it's like touchdown quarterback, overpass, download the data. Fuck off.
A shot in the 20-meter box.
Corner ball.
Kick ball.
Oh
fuck's sake.
What else have we got here? Oh, Danny Young sent this one in to me. As if you thought boxing couldn't go any lower. Here's a John Fisher lookalike getting stuck in over somewhere. Whether it's Poland or Russia or somewhere.
Как получится? Цель отвлекать своей сексуальностью, чтобы забивать Гришу. А другие должны атаковать. Разозлился не на шутку. Хитрая тактика, он что-то задумал. Как вы думаете?
Как активно начала красная бить его!
Фидышка.
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Aussie for this one, like.
I want to see it as the fucking. I want to see it reenacted on the next big Chinese sit down.
The good thing about that clip, Steve, is Russian, so we don't get them for copyright.
Yes.
But that's quadruple fucking bash, that man.
Big John, you reckon is going down as one of the fucking all-time GOAT cult heroes of fucking Bellew of the week? Is he? Like, I think he's on the way to overtaking and eclipsing Father Dave, because Andy's most favorite person in the world, Nicola Sturgeon, got arrested today, and he tweeted Bosh.
Fucking Bosh.
I love John Fisher, man.
Oh dear. Well, John Fisher's friend, the Gad, tweeted out during the week. Account hacked, reported to Twitter. Gad.
He's getting out in front of something there, isn't he?
Oh, good.
Torque gate.
I'm going to go check his likes right now. Actually, see if he's got some fucking dangerous material.
He's getting out of Dodge in here early, the Gad.
He's got out ahead of something there. Somebody's received a fucking nice DM talking about the torque in there.
But he's referring to himself as well as Gad at the end of the tweet. I'm a fan of that, Rob, to be honest.
Rob is a fan of that as well, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, I've got another one for you actually for the liking the old. If you can get these two pictures up of the Gad. Yep.
Throw them into the chat and I will cut them as best as I can. In the meantime, Eddie, nothing to do with me, mate. I don't follow a lot of what's said on Twitter in all honesty. Eddie not aware reports that Daniel Kinahan is still involved in boxing. Nothing to do with me, go.
Eddie tight lips over there. Nobody saw nothing.
Eddie tight arse as well, mate. Fucking arse with clapping there. I was at boxing news. I'd put out I wanted to try and get the actual quote actually, because I think Stephen Espinosa even read it as well, so he's fucking managed to jump on. He never misses a moment to fucking lay the boot in.
Oh, he loves it. He's bad as us, he is.
I know why.
Espinosa's coming on the bouncer.
He is, man. He's like us, isn't he? Nothing's beneath him.
Bitter bastards.
Get a life, Espinosa.
Where's the fucking tweets, man? I must have them saved somewhere.
Yeah, there's the guard.
Fucking, we're gonna stay at that. The fucking god.
Yeah.
Oh, here it's here. Box. So
I'm sure no one will mind.
Listen to this, man. This is relating to Eddie not being aware of what's getting said on Twitter, doesn't he pay attention? Box News has been told by multiple sources that he, Kinahan, bankrolls some major events in Britain during the 2-year pandemic, fights that otherwise could not have possibly occurred in such a restrictive economic environment. Cha-ching! And Eddie's charging £6 a slice of pizza in his back garden. So, Eddie doesn't know much, though. See nothing, hear nothing. Speak no evil, hear no evil.
No, nothing to do with Eddie.
And we were doing nothing for the whole pandemic. We could have been easily bought and paid for. Fucking, they lacked vision a bit. They were a great bunch of lads, but they lacked vision. We were making up fantasy fights to stop us from killing our wives. And then we fucking, you know what I mean? We were there for the taking. Missed opportunity, really.
But you see that, you went with the Fight Disciples. Helmut, Heed, and Hammerhead.
What a waste of money.
Remember when they were with Probellum and they got titled Talent.
Oh, Probellum, yeah. Disrupt Boxing. That's the new
we could have been rebranding the Asylum every couple of weeks. Fucking different name. We're back again.
We'd fucking need to.
We're back with a new venture aiming to fucking bridge lots of gaps in boxing that have never been bridged before. Fuck me.
The Combat Coin Asylum, brought to you from Dubai.
Yeah,
Combat Asylum.
Combat Asylum. Here, Steve, here's another GAD special. See if you can get that one, mate.
You see Mark Stanton, he says, GAD opened a DM from Baz Ahern saying he needs to abandon ship.
Abandon ship? You've got to go to a country without extradition to fucking the UK, mate.
Or they could just get a private jet, probably. Somewhat off someone.
Epstein did, mate. Epstein died.
Maxwell going overboard. Right, what have we got here? Let's see if we get this final one up from Andy, and then we will go on to whatever the boys have got for this week. Just get rid of Mark Stanton. Metaphorically, of course. You're not going to get rid of you in a kind of MTK way, Mark. But there's the guard getting stuck in it. It's class, isn't it?
Is that his face, like, or is it a Bolsonaro mask or something? What the fuck is he just?
Look at him.
He's piss at this stage.
I'll try to squeeze in here.
It is a bit will they want they though, isn't it? Like if you're at that vantage point, what would be next on your mind? You know what I mean?
You know something. Listen, Gary, if you listen to that, it's all a joke, mate. It's all a bit of banter. But I didn't want to be reading in 20 years' time and say to myself, I fucking knew it. I knew it. Don't do it, God.
It's hacked, man. He was hacked. Give him a break. He was fucking hacked.
It probably explains a lot, actually. It's a joke. Remember? It's a joke.
I shouldn't be telling this story, but a friend of mine, he always suspected you, man. Do you remember for the Really Wild show? That program that was on? You remember Terry Nutkins? He always used to go, I'm telling you, Terry Nutkins, it's only a matter of time. Has they got Terry yet?
The thing is, I can remember who was it asked him the question, and it was kind of like veiled, like it was something along the lines. It was Bellew the week. It was Bellew the week. That's what it was. You can see the guy. He is trying his absolute best to hide the fact that he doesn't know what it fucking means, because he's trying to say, "What does that mean? Does that mean like you're a troll or a helmet or something like that?" I'm saying, "You fucking know who we are."
Is that disrespectful to me?
Yeah, am I Belland? Am I? In a sewer. I'm in a sewer.
That's what it was.
No, I get it. It's totally fine. Totally fine.
Oh gosh.
Brilliant, man. That's brilliant. The
guy living his best life. He is, isn't he? Fair play to him, like.
You two got a kiss? I'm sure no one will mind.
Getting in.
Yeah, he's probably going in there for the motorboat, eh?
Right.
Bastard.
Those are all the ones I've got, Andy. Any nominations from you that you haven't already sent to me?
I don't know, mate. Well, Leonard Ellerbe was kind of going a bit mental, actually. So Lopez Sr. had been saying that they want Gervonta Davis for Junior. We're waiting for him for next fight, and he comes back and says, "You're the most delusional motherfucker I've seen in boxing." So old Leonard doesn't really fucking take too kind of it. But one for Bellew, actually, I'm fucking certain last night he says that Chocolatito had fought Rodriguez before. Jesse Rodriguez, that is.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I didn't care.
So one for that, mate, and there was another one that's in the back of my mind. I've not got it written down. Go to Rob now, mate. It'll come back to me.
No problem, Rob.
Yeah, just I mean Lopez Senior for the fucking antics in the run up for the Josh Taylor fight. Luckily for him, it didn't affect him on the night, his performance, but that kind of relationship has a fucking expiry date. You can see it coming soon, honestly. Like, look tragic. Eddie and Frank for a little back of. It's funny, like fuck off with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Nobody gives a shit what they're doing. We waited too long for it. Like, you know what I mean? You just made it way too long for it. Nobody cares about it anymore. Stop trying to announce it. Stop trying to best each other in the fucking public. They won't sign it. We won't sign it. It can't get done. It won't get done. Nobody gives a bollocks, man. There's good fights happening now. Do you know what I mean? You've had Taylor, Teofimo Lopez. You've got Bud, Crawford and Spence coming up. We had Ryan Garcia and Tank. We've had big fights. We don't need these two fucking oafs to hold up the fucking fight landscape. Like, Canelo's been active recently. Nobody cares. Like, so this back and forth feels like it's been going on for 5 years. It's just the most tiresome thing in boxing, like between that and the Conor Benn saga. So boring as fuck from Fury, and probably more so from Fury these days, actually. Boring as shit. Like, and this back and forth with Eddie and Frank was pathetic. That and what else? There was a funny one as well, but I'm about to forget it now. You know, I have to go to Andy and come back to me.
I'm so trying to find the other one, mate.
No, what was it? What was the one I was?
There was one.
Gone from my head.
Well, Johnny's throwing in his late nomination for Bellew's shirt buttons last night for managing to stay on for the whole show.
Hopkins for looking like Howard Eastman, by the way. I don't know if I threw that one in there. The Bosch Army.
Oh,
the Bosch Army
the Bosch Army. Yes.
Getting off at London Tube Station. Fucking Jesus, man. Anybody see? I'd have run for cover, mate. I'd run for cover if I can see that lot coming.
I'd rather fucking I'd run quicker from Dad's army, I think.
Don't panic.
That and Sergio Mora for his relentless fucking body attack commentary. It's like someone fucking slipped him a note. You know the way he's like notoriously unprepared. Sergio Mora, he got caught out before. Oh no, that was him. It wasn't him. That was BJ Flores. But yeah, like he just always seems really badly prepared when he's calling the fights. Like, but the body seemed to be his go-to fucking reference point last night, and he just would not fucking shut the fuck up during the Derevchenko Munguia fight about each guy respectively going to the body. It was like a body count, basically.
More as previous, he's reinvented himself, Rob. He was quite spicy on Twitter back in the day. He has there's some screenshots out there. The boys never forget of more.
Has he got hot takes on fucking COVID or whatever?
He's got some hot takes on quite a few things. I have to try and
good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep,
good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he was having a bit of a melter, and then Oscar Age AB, of course, for his fucking post-fight fucking interview.
We played it. I don't think you were here, were you? We played that.
Oh, I just missed that. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah. Like the guy, like just when you think he might have a chance of getting himself right, like back into a mix of a big fight at 140, they're like, "What's next, pussy?" He's just like so crass, and he just can't turn off, can he? Like, he just cannot play difficult. And then you got Don King in the background, deaf as the post, going, "Oh lordy, you heard it right here." It was so
and Ray Mancini in the middle of it, trying to stick his sentences together.
Poor Ray Mancini just getting hit with the fucking pussy answer straight away. Didn't know what to fucking do. Ray Mancini looks like fucking Henry Winkler, don't he? Like, he looks like Henry Winkler could play him in the movie right
the
now.
Fonz.
Like, yeah, the Fonz.
The leather jacket, he looks like the fucking Fonz.
He looks like the Fonz, but when the Fonz was in like the Waterboy movie, like or whatever, or in the Arrested Development.
Washed.
Washed up version of the Fonz. But yeah, so that was car crash. Like, fuck me. And there was no ring to it either. It was like, you know, I am the car man, Mexicans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. No offense to anybody in the legal business. Lawyers can get it. They was like, what the fuck does that mean?
That's the other one Steve was going to say was Don King's fucking setup there. He had fucking patio furniture around about that ring there. I just seen Tim Box.
Hasn't been paid for yet either. That's on the fucking HP, isn't it?
The women. Oh, not them. Them.
The boys, look at the boys' wrist.
That's the Don King women. That's the Sugar Babes. Nice. And that was the Hooters with the Nutters meter.
Matt Butler's ready to fucking brisk it all, as I say. Look where his hand is, by the way. Look, you see his watch. You see it coming in there. You see it, yeah.
He's not in the chat tonight.
Well, it makes sense that
he'll be in the chat shortly once the boys tell him.
Makes sense that all the women in that picture were employed in the venue that I was taken in. Oh God!
Any more, boys?
That's it for me, mate.
Okie doke. Got the guard. Guard again. Ready? The guard. We got the downloading the data. We got the Quote. Huffing. We got Tyan. Carson Jones's head. We got the zone. We got the zone card. We got the painted on bra for Shinika. Sonny Edwards. We got Teofimo Lopez. We got the Red Hot Chili Pipers. The mental midget that is Rick Glazer, former drug lord. We got the boys.
Hey.
We got Tyson gurning away there. We got Sandy Ryan turning up in Just 17 magazine.
Plus magazine.
We had the AB's post-fight interview as well, which we played earlier.
End of summer tour. What?
Danny Young video. Yeah, with no idea. Rob was saying it looks like the old Just 17 magazines from back in the day. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh my God! I have an end up story. I'll tell you after the pod.
Get on. In the meantime, who are you going for this week, Andrew?
I'll probably go for a guard, mate.
Oh, multiple offences.
Oh, mate.
Body of work.
Oh,
Bodies in the basement.
Bodies everywhere.
He's got some boxer resume on it.
Oh, mate, every week he's hey, hang on to you got to admire the guy, man. He's a true credit to his craft, man. He's there grafting, he's working every week. Yeah,
he's a stronger resume than Fraser Clark.
Mate, he's got a stronger resume than Fred West. It's a joke. Oh my God, speak to Donny Baseball.
Oh dear. God for you then,
What's
Andy.
that?
God,
What's that? You hear that?
Go on, yeah.
The grinder.
Fred West putting the kids to bed, innit? That's an old one. Don't blame me. I'm just fucking regurgitating it.
Allegedly. Stick that in there as well.
Right, Rob, who you go for?
Fred West. No, the guy.
The guy as well. I was going to go for AB's post-fight interview, but yeah, I suppose.
Clarissa Shields one. Clarissa Shields one is quite solid because talk about entitlement, man. Oh, fuck me.
Tell you what, like for the continuity of the pod and AB's GOAT status as a fucking fixture on Bellew of the Week, it has to be like he's come from shut that soft ass shit up, fucking verbal war with Leonard Ellerby to prop it up the very last hope that Don King has in 2023 to be a world champion at 140, and the first word out of his mouth to Ray, boom, and seen he was so pussy. Fuck me, unbelievable for maybe like brilliant.
There we go then. Congratulations, Adrian Berner. You're not going to win a world title anytime soon, but you have won the Bellew of the Week for episode 527.